Twitter is angry that Trump isn't dead. You know who got shot? Innocent people.
The reactions by the anti-Trump people were disgusting. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Old Men in Chairs. Being an old man has some advantages. What happened this past weekend, while greatly shocking many people, seems very familiar to me who grew up in the age of assassination. I was 12 years old when they blew off JFK's head. I was 17 when they killed his brother and Martin Luther King. I certainly remember very well the attempt of assassination of Ronald Reagan in 1981. My oldest child is 44 years old. They have no memory. Anyone that age and younger has no memory of this type of political violence, is as American as apple pie. We've had many, many presidents assassinated. Lincoln, of course, famously the first, but also Garfield, McKinley, and then attempts were made on many other presidents, including, people forget, Gerald Ford, that a shot was taken at him by Squeaky Fromm of the Manson gang. But it hasn't happened in a long time, so for many people, the events of this past weekend were extremely shocking. Now, I was shocked for maybe a different reason. There's no way that that should have happened. There's no way that that supposed 20-year-old assassin should have been able to get to the venue, climb up a ladder. Where did the ladder come from? Get on the roof, crawl up into position, and be able to take a number of shots at President Trump. It's either total incompetence on the part of the Secret Service, or in my opinion, more likely, it was intentionally allowed to happen. They want him dead. I'm not saying all the Secret Service agents want him dead, but the word has come down from on high, from the President, the Director of Homeland Security that now controls the Secret Service, and who knows how deep the rot goes, the Director of the Secret Service, who was recently appointed. They're all beholden to the political philosophy of the Democratic Party, which seems to be that Trump is Hitler and he must be eliminated. And not only is Trump Hitler, but everyone who supports Trump and likes what Trump stands for should also be eliminated in their very, very warped view of the world. Now, this photograph on your screen, I think, is probably the most iconic photograph in my lifetime. A beautifully framed image that, if it doesn't remind you of the other famous photograph of the Marines on Iwo Jima, then you just don't have the cultural references. Here he is, bloodied but unbowed. I think this one photograph will win the election for Mr. Trump unless they succeed in eliminating him some other way. The support for the heroism that he showed is going to be overwhelming. I didn't know quite what to do as far as a video about this situation until yesterday, when Tom MacDonald came out with a very, very quick turnaround, stayed up all night, Saturday night, wrote a song, recorded it, created a video, and released it Sunday morning. It may be Tom's best work ever. I think he strikes the right tone, which is one of total outrage and anger. Americans should feel that way right now. Not only was the presidential candidate nearly killed and escaped by the narrowest of margins, but innocent people in the stands, one was killed, two critically injured. This should never, ever have been allowed to happen. And heads need to roll as far as the leadership, not only the Secret Service, but whatever other agencies may be involved. And I think we know who they might be. So I'm going to set up to play a little of Tom's song. Now, I did add captions on his video, which, by the way, has almost 2 million views in less than a day. He did put the lyrics in the notes, so we have a very accurate transcription of the lyrics. And I put them into the video because it's always hard for me, and I'm sure it's hard for other people, to hear every single word and understand every single bar. So here we have it all in front of us, and you should be able to follow the general idea. It's pretty easy to get, but now you get every single thought.
They burning the country down with their progressiveness. It started with changing what gender is, then graduated to you're racist if you think that your life matters and your skin don't have melanin. They don't want peace, they want skeletons. They want men to pretend that they're feminine. They don't want an election, they got so offended by freedom that they just try killing the president. I used to think that the woke were misguided, but now I can see that they're evil. Twitter is angry that Trump isn't dead. You know who got shot? Innocent people. Thought y'all were
The reactions by the anti-Trump people were disgusting. And of course, the actions even before this happened were disgusting, trying to say that Trump was a Nazi. And the logic is, if Trump is really a Nazi, then you would be doing a duty by killing him to rid the world of a horribly evil person. So that type of talk, which is coming from the president on down through many members of the Democratic Party, even a few Republicans perhaps, and filters down into opinion makers and media people, and all the way down to the grassroots, where it doesn't take much for some idiot to think, oh, I'll be a hero if I kill Trump. And innocent people died as a result. And we were an inch away from civil war on Saturday. If Trump had actually been hit and killed, God help us.
They don't want an election, they got so offended by freedom that they just try killing the president. I used to think that the woke were misguided, but now I can see that they're evil. Twitter is angry that Trump isn't dead. You know who got shot? Innocent people. Thought y'all were tolerant, thought we were equals. I thought you valued how everyone feels. Then why are y'all celebrating an attempted assassination like you're part of Antifa? Thank God the left can't aim. Thank God the right don't riot. Welcome to the home of the brave. Freedom ain't afraid of violence. You wish you was dying? Bitch, you missed. Thank God the left can't aim. Why can't we just shoot straight? Y'all are going insane. Bitch, you missed.
I want to say something. It's become fashionable in certain circles, and I'm not going to mention their names because I don't think they deserve it. But a number of rappers have taken shots at Tom MacDonald in the last year and claimed that he's not really conservative, he's not really with us, he's just playing us for the money. I think this ought to answer any of those concerns. Tom is the king of calling it like it is, and he's saying quite clearly in this song that the woke are evil and they need to be stopped. I think that's a battle cry, and I know that a lot of politicians are going to come out and already have and said, oh, we're so sorry this happened. We all need to tone it down. I think the president said that last night. I didn't watch it. Bullshit. You're the people that need to tone it down. The right-wing people have not rioted ever. Even January 6th, people doing the damage and breaking in were probably mainly federal employees. The right wing does not riot. They do not burn down towns and kill people yet. But you can't rely on that forever. And if Trump had been killed Saturday, then you really would see an explosion in this country like something you might never have seen before. And we don't want to go there. We want to follow the legal process to elect Trump as the president and let him drain the swamp legally. Not as a dictator, as people try to claim, but using the due process and the laws and Constitution of the United States to get us back to a constitutional republic and away from a dictatorship that we've been living under for the last 4 years.
You wish you was dying? Bitch, you missed. Thank God the left can't aim. Why can't we just shoot straight? Y'all are going insane. Bitch, you missed. There's no one else you can blame. Tried to lock him up in a cage. Now you trying to kill what you hate. Bitch, you missed. Told us trust the science, but it never made sense to me. Why would we put all our trust in the enemy? Millions of people are hooked on amphetamines. They're making billions on untested remedies. Borders are open to people with felonies. Biden can't stop them. He don't have the energy. Y'all want to kill the man trying to fight for a better tomorrow by making him Kennedy?
Nice little rhyme scheme there. Going a little farther afield than just the issue of an attempted assassination and talking about all the things that have gone wrong in the last 4 years and the big pharma making billions on untested remedies. Untested, well, they were tested. They just didn't want you to know what the results were, because if you had known, you would never have taken them. Some people knew because some people pay a little more attention and listen to dissonant voices. But if you listen to the big voice on your television box or on your newspaper, you are fed a steady diet of lies, and many have suffered as a result. Covers the border. He talks about Biden not having any energy. That's being kind. He doesn't have any mind. It's become abundantly clear to everybody. But at least Biden benefited from this assassination attempt, because who's talking about removing Biden right now? Nobody. It's taken all the oxygen out of the air, this attempted assassination. So Biden got a reprieve. I don't know how long his reprieve is going to last. It may be that Democrats at this point realize they're beat and that Trump is going to win the next election. And so it might as well be Joe that goes down with the ship. No one else is going to want to take him on, I don't think, at this point. The tide is turned, and the tide is running at full strength in Trump's favor. And other than killing him in another attempt, I don't see how they stop him.
That means they're making billions on untested remedies. Borders are open to people with felonies. Biden can't stop him. He don't have the energy. Y'all want to kill the man trying to fight for a better tomorrow by making him Kennedy? I tried to give y'all a chance. Like maybe the left isn't nuts. I was wrong, because y'all are exactly as crazy as every conservative person I know said you were all along. Wanna protest? Go hard. Wanna burn flags? Go off. But y'all are so triggered that you're pulling triggers at presidents. Y'all the terrorists when you're armed. Thank God the left can't aim. Thank God the right don't riot. Welcome to the home of the brave. Freedom ain't afraid of violence. You wish you was dying? Bitch, you missed. Thank God the left can't aim. Why can't we just shoot straight? Y'all are going insane. Bitch, you missed. There's no one else you can blame. Tried to lock him up in a cage. Now you trying to kill what you hate. Bitch, you missed.
Give us a little smile, Tom. There it is. This is the man. Tom MacDonald is the man. I don't want anyone else to try to diss Tom, do attack videos on Tom, attack songs. Stupid. It's stupid. If you're doing that, you are serving the devil, because Tom is the voice of truth in our world. He may be Canadian. There's nothing wrong with that. He's been living in this country for 10 years. He's more patriotic than most Americans, sadly. Thank you, Tom, for doing this song. Hopefully, people will wake up that there's a very good possibility that this event was not an accident. It was not incompetence. This was an assassination attempt at the highest levels of our government to eliminate a person that they can't control any other way.